Hey, welcome to Tech Tips with Sold Out Media. I'm Amanda. Today I got an awesome little product for you. It's a vlog screen by Newmowa. And I never heard of them actually, but I saw another YouTuber with it and they had a different kind of idea. They were just showing basically what it's made for, but I was like, oh, we could use that for so much more because it's awesome. So what it is a kind of Wi-Fi or 2.4 gigahertz casting screen for your iPhone. So let's take it out of the box, and I'll start with showing you what it's actually meant to do here. It comes with a remote for your, for automatically Bluetoothing your cameras, photos, or videos on and off. It comes with a holder, and this holder, it's got a cold shoe mount on the top and a 1/4 inch. I think that's 1/4 inch. I never get those right. Jake's nodding at me. Is it the metric system versus the? It's just me. Anyway, it's got the phone holder, and this is a special one because it has a magnet on the back of it to hold the screen. There's your screen. It's a 3.7-inch screen. I think, is it 3.97-inch screen, it says on the box. I love it when they have I could have the box on the table and cheat a little bit. That's always fun. You got a charging cable for it, USB-C to USB-A, and you got a cute little pouch for it. Nice and soft little microfiber pouch. And so the idea is you put this on your phone like so, and instead of having to vlog with the front-facing camera, no Siri. I touched the Siri button. No Siri. Instead of having to vlog with the front-facing camera, which is lower quality than the 3 back cameras, you can actually use this on a selfie stick, like the Mantis Pod or whatever, and use the back cameras and see yourself on this. Now, I already set this up. It connects to your phone in 2 different ways. You can use Wi-Fi to connect. Depending on which way you turn the screen on, it will activate either a direct connection or a Wi-Fi connection. So here I have the Wi-Fi connection. Now I've already set this up to my phone. And what you see is I go into the phone settings and I open up the Wi-Fi for this guy here. It shows up, it finds it. And I have the password on the screen, so I put the password in. Once you're all connected, you just throw it to the screen. So let me see here if I still have it in my Wi-Fi's. And there's also a little barcode there, or not barcode, QR code. So if you want to use the QR code to bring up the connection, you can do that as well. And so then when I go to the home screen, I just check mirroring mode, and then it comes up as an option. And yeah, so you see that in my previous B-roll, but here it is now live. And if I put on the camera, there we get the camera. So I'll just connect it here. La da da. Something you should be aware of. All right, so there's Jake. He's upside down. But you have to be careful. Maybe I should screen record for everybody here. I'm going to screen record just so you see what I see. Do you see what I see? I didn't do it long enough. Yes, now it's recording. Back to Jake. Okay. So if you put this over too far and block your cameras, well, that's going to be an issue. So just pay attention to where you put the screen. There, if I'm in ultra close up, I don't see it anymore. But in the regular best camera mode, there it is. So what I end up doing too, now you see Jake upside down. There is a rotate button on this as well. I think there's another button on here for brightness. And so there's a little darker, then brighter, and brightest. Dark, bright, brightest. So you get 3 levels of brightness on there. The other great thing about this is it's so small. I mean, you barely notice that fitting in your pocket, even with the holder. It's like, it's nothing. So easy to take around and a great tool if you're actually using your phone on a regular basis to do some of your production stuff or some of your daily vlogging, or even if you were just going to use it for like a wireless meeting instead of having to have the worst camera. Like sometimes I'm traveling and I have to do my like Zoom meetings or team meetings on the phone. And instead of using the worst camera, I can use the best camera and have a way better shot than, you know, everybody else. For me, that drives me nuts when my camera's all fuzzy and everybody else has great laptop cameras. Anyway, so essentially what I got is the ability to connect this to just about any of my phone gadgets that we're using. We were actually talking about how fun would it have been had we gotten this product before we gotten the Pro Blends a few weeks ago, because then I could have been monitoring, because it was really tricky when Jake was trying to push in on the Lego. I could have been helping him monitor where the focus was as he was pushing in, and instead of having to take it out and test it all the time. All right, I'm going to turn off my screen mode there. So yeah, you get the direct connection mode through Wi-Fi, or you have the other connection mode that you can do. Before I do that though, I just wanted to take a second here actually and show you some of the cases that you have with your iPhones. Like mine's got a magnet on the back of it. I don't even need the holder case. Now the back of the screen itself isn't magnetic. It's only the case itself that is magnetic. So what I'd like to do is just go over to a field test with Jake. But before I do that, I want to say we did a little bit of a battery test with it. So let's check out the battery test. And what we did was we got an hour and 20 minutes of battery life out of this, which is really great. And when you think about what you can be using this for, we were thinking up in rigs, if you're doing overhead shots with your phone, it really unlocks the potential use of that great camera that's on a lot of mobile phones now as a B-roll camera or a B camera in your productions. You can give the screen to a director and you know, let them see what you're doing when you're running with the gimbal or whatever. Jake, how far did you get away from the screen roughly? About 15 meters away, which is fairly decent. I mean, it's not the best of the best, but that was Wi-Fi mode. Yeah, so you actually get an 800 milliamp hour battery life out of this as well. But it's a phenomenal tool, especially if you're going to use it for, well, like a cooking program, for example. We could finally stick the phone in somewheres, and with the help of the remote too, we can make sure that we have the shot right and click. And there you go, you got the thing. Before I go over to the field test with Jacob and show you all the cool things that we did with this outside, I'd like to just show you really quick how to connect with the other method. So if you look here at the B-roll, this is what we did. So simple. So here, instead of using the camera, I'm using my own Wi-Fi. So now it's operating on the home internet. So that's how that works. All right, so let's test the latency. Phones one. Can you see any latency here?
Yep, more latency than before.
All right, so over to specs and then over to Jake. The Newmowa PH01 NMW has an input of 5 volts, 0.5 amps. It's rated for 1.75 watts. It has a 3.7 volt, 800 milliamp hour battery. It has a 3.97 inch screen. The product weighs 100 grams and is 102 by 62 by 14.8 millimeters.
Hey guys, I am now going to field test the Newmowa selfie screen. This is like a screen that connects with Wi-Fi to your little phone. It has a little magnetic back on the phone, so you just slap it in the back there. And then you can see what happens with your good cameras back here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see how far you can actually walk with it, because maybe you want to use this as a director of photography screen, so you want to see what's happening on the phone. Or in this scenario, if I want to take a selfie and I want to see what I'm shooting, but where I am in the shot, and then use the little extra remote that came in the kit, this, to actually just start and stop. I'll put it in the video. Here, turn this on. Bleed a little bit. and starts and stops. So now I'm going to walk backwards to see how far I can get before I lose connection and see how far this one works. All right? Bear with me. Here's the screen, here's the screen, here's the screen. There it stops counting. So roughly 10 meters. And that's how far the range is, which is pretty good, better than a cable. All right, so let's head over to the opposite test and do a selfie test instead. Okay. Here you go. So this is what you're supposed to see when you use it normally. And then on the other side, this is what you would see if you shot forward, but now you're using the good camera to shoot back at yourself this way. Cool. All right. All right, so now we are set up right here. I have a close-up on the screen, so now my camera is my director of photography, and I'm gonna walk away. This is a great thing if you have a different kind of rig and you have somebody who's watching your shot, or if you're doing a multi-camera shoot or something like that, and somebody that just needs to see what you're shooting at. You can also do different scenarios, like getting an overhead shot on a pole, or if you have a cage or something like that and you want to shoot in a different angle, then you can get it in a different angle than you have normally. Anyways, we're going to show you a couple of things more that you can do with it, so you can get creative, and basically we're going to go to final thought after that. So now I've attached it to a selfie stick, and I have the screen down here, so I'm going to extend this and see if I can shoot the field back here. Almost like a drone shot, but without the drone. Where did he go? So it's like this. And I can see what I'm doing from down here. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I have a bit of a different rig, so here I have a cage. I have the screen up here instead. So when I shoot, I can go low or high. And if I shoot, see if you can see me here, if I go by the snow down here, and I wanted to do a low to the ground shot, like so. Or if I needed to do a over the head shot, like so. That would work too. Right, over to final thoughts. Let's see what you think about this. So this is a very good tool to use, especially if you're one of those who selfie a lot and use the amazing cameras on your phone. Major bonus is that it is wireless, so you can actually use it for other things too. Not only like a HDMI screen like you would otherwise. Like you can use it to see, you're gonna get super cool shots, so you can set it up on something where you can't see where you are. And with the tiny remote as well, you can actually get all of those cool extra shots that you couldn't otherwise. Also, if you use other tools like long sticks or slides, or if you have a second person who wants to see what you're shooting, amazing tool to be able to use that wireless battery function. Not HDMI, you lose all of the cables, it's perfect. For that reason, this is a very good tool if you have those needs, or if you selfie at all. This is a very, very good thing to use. I would actually recommend it, and the more tools you have, the more creative you can be. So anyways guys, if you like these kind of videos or any other cool gear that you want us to test, don't hesitate to comment down below. Other than that guys, you can like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.